Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today I have started a new journal project, and so far this is as far as I've gotten. I have just covered just a plain envelope like this. I put the flap down and glued that down, and that's it. And I just covered with fabric using PVA glue. PVA glue is for bookbinding. It works really well for things like this, and it's less expensive than some of the other glues we tend to use. My fabric tack glue has gone really wonky, so I'm not sure what that's about, but I wouldn't want to use it for something as large as this because it's just gone funny. But anyway, I picked a map. This is Tim Holtz fabric. I'm not sure. Expedition? Tim Holtz Expedition, I guess. It was in a bundle of fat quarters, I think it was, maybe, or half yards. I'm not sure. It was in a bundle of Tim Holtz stuff that I got. Anyway, so I picked the travel theme. So that's what I'm kind of going to go with on this, is a travel theme. I have a tie here for the closure. This is seam binding, and I sprayed it with some coffee dye and some blue mica powder spray that I put in a spray bottle with some, I believe I used rubbing alcohol as the base. Anyway, so that's going to be the tie, and I thought I would attach one here and then the other one over there, cut this in half, so that's what we'll do, I guess. So I hope everyone is well and having a nice summer. I hope I'm in frame. I say that all the time, don't I? I hope I'm in frame. But I can't see very well whether I am or not. So anyway, I thought I would just mount it right about there and there. I should have thought of this before I put this inner one in. That would have been the best thing to do, is to glue this down underneath this inner cover. But of course I didn't think about that in time. So there we have it. What's happening here? Oh no. See, my this fabric fix stuff is just gone very wonky. It won't come out when I want it to, but when I don't want it to, it comes out and gets everywhere. So, and it's very difficult to squeeze, and it hurts my hand. I have arthritis in my thumb joint. The squeezing does not hurt, it's the release that really hurts. So yeah, so that's just not very helpful. So I'm just gonna glue that down like that. Now, not to worry, I'm not gonna leave it like this, of course. I'm gonna cover it. But yeah, I just when it comes to making a journal, especially the cover, one of the most important elements above anything else really is what kind of closure you're going to have, if you're going to have any at all. And to make sure that that gets taken care of at the point, you know, that's going to make the most sense, right? My problem is I don't think about the closure until usually after after everything else, you know. The cover is made and decorated, the signatures have been put in and decorated, and then I think, oh shoot, what am I going to do for the closure? And yeah. So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this. And see, it all leaked out. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? It all just leaked out. I had it kind of like this, trying to, you know, make it so it would be ready to use, because standing it up like this, I mean, look at it. It's just gone very thick. If anybody knows a remedy for this, I would appreciate letting me know, and everybody else in comments, what to do with Fabric Fix when it gets so thick like this. It's just it's not usable. So what else do we have? I have tacky glue. I don't know. It's not my favorite. God. One more thing falls over, I'm gonna scream. Okay, so let's see. So I've got some more of this map stuff. So I'm just wondering, I think what I could do is, I plan to kind of sew around here too. So I'm just wondering if it's going to be, all right. So I'll have that come up so it is covering that, but I'm going to have to put something else down as well, I think. I love doing that. It is so satisfying, isn't it? So, some fabric I have found just really tear wonky, you know. They don't tear straight at all. You start on one end with a certain width, and by the time you get to the other end, it's totally different. And it either goes in or goes out or something. It doesn't tear straight. This seems to tear pretty straight, so that makes me happy. And then I get right there. Some fabrics also only tear in one direction, which is also frustrating, but this seems to tear well in both directions. So there. So I'm gonna put that on here like so. And that'll be a nice pocket on either side, because, you know, it's nice to have just a pocket to put things in. Maybe, you know, you want to use them on a page later. If you run across something and you want to use it to decorate a page, or as part of your journaling you want to stick something down or whatever, you can just stick it in this in the front or back pocket, you know, for a later time. and it'll be there. So that's what's nice about having these pockets in the front or the back. It's just kind of a place to save things for later. Okay, so I'm gonna put, or not, oh Lord, love a duck. Will that work? That's probably too big. I don't know what's happened to all my little pins. They've all gone missing. Probably used them when I reorganized laces or something like that. I probably used my pins. Oh, yeah, all my glues have just gone wonky. I don't know what the deal is. Can't be the heat because, you know, our house is air conditioned. And we haven't had, we don't generally get a lot of humidity unless we have a really strong wind coming from the west, coming from the ocean, or if we have a really, you know, it's hot and we have a cloud cover, then we get humidity. Oh, stop. So I'm just putting a little bit down, and I'm gonna wait until, you know, this dries. I'm not gonna sew it on camera because, you know, there's no point in watching that. I'm just gonna do a straight stitch, nothing fancy or anything like that. I'm just kind of gluing this along the edge just so it's, you know, gonna be held down when I get around to sewing it. But I want to bring this back. Now I think I'm going to cover that with some more of this fabric. Why not? You know, that way everything looks like it's meant to be there. Okay. So this ought to do it. I love how this frays too. It really frays nice. So it's good quality cotton fabric, I believe. Not that I'm a expert on fabrics, because I'm not. But I think it's a good quality cotton. Okay. We'll try and make this work. I don't know. I should probably get out the PVA glue, shouldn't I? That might be a better idea. I had all that put away. Okay. All right. Let me get some parchment paper. This is just the kind you get in a roll that you would use in the kitchen. So I like to use it to these things down. See, it's just PVA glue. So it's pretty good stuff. It works a treat, and like I said, it's a heck of a lot less expensive than some of the glues we use. So I'm just going to coat the back. It kind of works like, you know, Mod Podge would. I don't know. I think Mod Podge would work okay if that's what you have and you don't have PVA glue. I think Mod Podge would probably work okay for this. Okay. So, get that right down on there. And get a little bit more. And kind of just cover over it, just like you would Mod Podge. You know? I want to get the ends really good because I don't want it lifting up. So I just want to get the ends really well. Okay, let's do this side. I hope I'm in frame. Where's my hands? Oh, I think I am in frame. I hope so. Unfortunately, you can't tell me because by the time I see comments, you know, it'll be too late. So we'll just hope for the best here. So what projects are you working on? What have you done? We have some new subscribers. I am so happy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't tell you how happy that is. I wish I could respond. I get a notification that somebody has you know, signed up as a subscriber, but there's no way for me to say welcome or, you know, send any kind of comment. So, you know, I feel badly about that because I would like to say welcome in, you know, to the people directly. And if somebody subscribes to my channel and they have a channel, I mean an actual where they're putting out videos and things like that, I always subscribe back, always, no matter what. I mean, they don't have to have videos that are junk journal related either. Some of them have different kinds of art, or different. See, I've run into some that, you know, is totally different. But yeah, I subscribe right back to them because, you know, I just think it's the right thing to do. I mean, it helps everyone, you know. It's amazing to me. Yeah. I don't know if some of you seen where Tina with Shabby Dabby Doodah recently hit 50,000 subscribers. And I was like, wow, I can't even imagine. You know, and she has a good channel. She has lots of great ideas, and it's you know, it's worth a person's time to watch her channel. That's for sure. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy for her. Run that up there, put that down over that. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure this dries really well. And then I will run just a stitch around the outside. And I will make sure that, you know, I catch this pocket that we've put in here. And yeah, so that's going to be awesome. So I'll put that over there. And ta-da. And just like that. Okay, now get that cleaned up and out of the way. Yeah, so we will set this aside. Hopefully that's going to fold okay. I probably should have, well, I don't know how I would do that. With paper, you just cut a slit there, but I don't know about fabric. I'm sure it's fine. I just get too, I don't even know what the word is for this, you know, I just get too, whatever it is, fussy, I guess. Sometimes I just get too fussy. I don't know that people notice the things I notice, you know, because I'm just too fussy. Fuss budget. Fuss budget. I think that's what Rachel with Roxy Creations says. She's being a fuss budget. That's me. That's me all over. So what I have here is 2 signatures that I've put together. They're not sewn or anything yet. I just got the papers. And, you know, I was thinking about journals and how a person would use a journal. Now, some people might sit and write daily. But, you know, that would be a different kind of journal, I'm thinking. That's more like, you know, something like this. I don't even know if you can see that. It says thoughts right there. It's something I just picked up at the store. I put some paper here to protect the corners because they were getting kind of bent already. And I did I glued a piece of ribbon so I would have a page, you know, page mark. But this is what you set and write in, right? And that's that kind of journal where you sit and you write things. That's what this is. These journals, I think they're for something different. Writing thoughts and feelings, dreams, desires, plans, things like that would be great for these journals. Or just recording an event, a journey, traveling somewhere, you know, and just recording that time in your travels at the places you're visiting or what have you, and gathering bits and bobs from that trip, you know, whether it's buying some postcards that have the name of the place on them. That's a really great thing. I always do that whenever I go somewhere. I always buy a couple of postcards with the name of the place or whatever that makes sense to me. You know, and I just keep that in with my memorabilia of a trip. Other things, you know, if you buy a ticket to some kind of amusement or sky tram thing or, you know, whatever it might be, you know, you save those little ticket stubs. And if you go to dinner somewhere, you know, you might save something from the dinner. I mean, I used to kind of collect matchbook covers. You know, they don't really have those so much anymore, but back in the day, you know, I collected matchbook covers, you know, from different places and what have you. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about, and that's what I thought, you know, that's what these journals are, is just a keepsake of events, daily life, travels, pictures of the kids or the grandkids and different events or different things that happened. You know, maybe write write a little bit of something. You know, it's not writing like in a writing journal. It's finding, you know, a little place here to put in the date and kind of what happened. And you know, maybe you mount some things on a page. You know, you glue the ticket stub, or you glue the picture you took, or the postcard you bought, or something like that. And then if there's pockets, you could tuck things in those pockets. And I just think, well, that makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. If you're planning something, you know, you can use it to planning a trip. Maybe you use, you know, some of this signature to plan the trip, and then the rest of it is recording the trip or something. Or let's say that you you know, maybe you do some watercolor or some sketching. You know, like I've been kind of messing around here with some watercolors, and I've got little ones here. You know, say you're doing something like that on your trip, and you made a sketch, or you did a little watercolor or something like that. Maybe you want to cut that out and mount that, or paste it, glue it down on a page or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's just, but that makes sense to me, because these journals aren't really writing journals. They don't have that much space to write, you know. I mean, they could. I have made journals in the past that were more of a writing journal. There was less decorations, less pockets and tucks, and just more, you know, open space for writing. And I have made those. But anyway, so my thoughts were that I will put in pockets and tuck places, and maybe belly band or something like that, that would give you a place to tuck something in that you're wanting to keep. And then I thought of leaving pages totally blank so the person can decorate it. You know, the person can glue things down, or make notes, or make little sketches or doodles, or, you know, whatever, and fill it with their own artwork and things like that. What do you think? What do you think? Is that a good idea? I think it's a good idea. Anyway, so what I got here is just plain paper. I didn't use any white paper. So what I have here is some craft paper that's heavier, more like a cardstock. And then I have some paper I bought that has a coffee dyed or tea dyed look to it. I got that off of Amazon, and you know, it was a bundle. And then I have here what they call newsprint. So it's lighter weight, but it's not white. It's more of a, I don't know, I'm seeing kind of a gray color in my eyes, but yeah, so I don't know. And here is some coffee dyed paper that I did. It's got this funky design in it from my pan, so I'm still debating whether or not I like that. So here's some more of that coffee dyed look paper. Newsprint. Some more of that heavier cardstock craft paper, and then a heavier cardstock that I coffee dyed. So that's the papers I'm using. This signature is the same. I varied between, you know, one kind of paper to another kind of paper. So that's what we have. So that's what we're going to be doing. So you can join along or not. It's up to you. If you like this idea, if you don't like this idea. If you've done it before and you're just like, oh, well, that's fine too, you know. Stay or don't. I would prefer that you stayed. It kind of, I don't know. It has something to do with YouTube's algorithm. I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut. You know me. I like torn better than cut. Most of the time oh, look at this. Everything's in the way now. I tell you, I'm just struggling with this space. I tell you, I spend so much time reorganizing it and trying to make it work. I have way too much stuff. That's all there is to it. I just have too much stuff. So anyway, yeah, YouTube algorithms. How many subscribers you have is, you know, it's one thing, but it's not the only thing. It seems like the amount of time people watch your videos is like far more important. And people, I don't know, tend to turn off of my channel quite quickly. So I don't know if anybody has ideas about why people turn off quickly. I would appreciate knowing. I really would. Will it hurt my feelings? Well, possibly. But I'm asking the question. So, you know, if a person asks, even though the answer might hurt their feelings, if they're asking, then, you know, they want to know. And if it hurts my feelings, it hurts my feelings. But I still want to know why people click off and don't stick around, you know. When I start to watch somebody's video, I usually stay basically because I know that if I clicked off, you know, quickly or within 10 minutes or something like that, I know that it gives them a bad mark. So, you know, I don't do it. I don't click off. I watch it if I'm truly interested. Of course, I watch it. If I'm not truly interested, I will keep it on and let it run. I might do something else. I might do my own stuff while I'm listening, you know. But yeah, because I know that it makes it makes a difference. Okay, you know what? Well, what do I want to do here? What do I want to use? I don't want something that's going to leave marks. That's the problem. So often they leave marks. Glue. If you've noticed that, it leaves, especially in paper that's thinner. This is just normal copy paper, so it's not very thick, and it will show those thin marks of glue. Oh, why aren't you coming out? There we go. So, you know, I want to put something down, that maybe is not going to show that. So we'll see here. So I don't know if this whole journal is going to totally be travel related or just here and there throughout, because it's not necessarily a travel, but it could be, you know, it could be. To me, travel is a journey more than just a matter of going to Paris or something like that, right? It's a journey, whether it's physical, going somewhere, or emotionally, or just, you know, just life, really. Day-to-day type journeys. So anyway, I liked this impression with the teacups. Makes me, especially the hand painted type teacups, it just makes me think of England. So that's why I use that, because it just, to me, it has that look of, you know, somewhere else. So let's see, this would be a nice belly band. I want to reinforce it though. I want to reinforce it. Now I was using this. How big does this need to be? Because that matters, doesn't it? So I will fold it, tear that, so it goes there, and then up here goes there. Gotta have it come down just a tad because you have to have room for your glue and stuff, right? Okay, so this I was using for something else, so it will be perfect for this. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, okay, so I'm going to tear that like there, and then again on this side. Do I want it like that? Maybe I do. Maybe I want the side I was using to show. I think I will. Okay, and we want to, it feels like it's been a long time since I've done this. Well, I've been doing a lot with the watercolors when I have chance, and I know I was told by a lovely lady that, and we've become friends. We took part in a swap that someone had. I think it was Tracy Fox had a swap type of thing on her Facebook, and this gal, she's so sweet. She contacted me and she says, you know, we've been matched up for the swap, and you know, I really didn't. I didn't remember signing up for a swap, and I didn't remember how to, you know, what the deal was with it, or I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, obviously. Anyway, she's so sweet, and she contacted me, and I said, oh, sure. You know, how does this work, and what are we supposed to do, you know? And so we exchanged some things and have become friends. Anyway, she contacted me earlier this week and she says, I haven't seen any of your videos come out. Are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine, but how come my videos aren't coming up? So obviously I messed up with scheduling somehow. And yeah, that's how that goes. You know, if you ever watch Tina, you know, a lot of times she says, well, right now it's raining and cold, or right now it's really sunny and hot. But if you're looking outside and you're thinking, what am I talking about? Then, you know, you just need to remember that I'm filming ahead, or, you know, whatever she says. And when I filmed this, it was raining or really hot or what have you, right? So yeah, that's so anyway, you know, she films and schedules things to come out later, and that's kind of what I do too, because you know, I have a full-time job. I haven't been able to stop doing that. So a lot of times I will do a lot of filming on a weekend, but then I schedule my videos to come out, you know, during the week or later on, whatever, depending on, you know, where I am with my inventory, as it were, of videos, when they're going to come out. So it's either later that week or you know, later. And obviously I messed up somehow, and I guess nothing came out this week, so I apologize. But she was so sweet to notice. I mean, it just made me feel good that somebody noticed, you know? It's just like, oh, well, someone is watching. So there's that. I like that. I mean, it's very simple. This paper is so pretty. I mean, what else would you do with it? I don't even know what else you would even do with it. It's so pretty on its own. I do have these little, like, stamp things. I suppose something like this might be nice on here. You can never cut these things out to look very nice. I mean, you know, to get that stamp edge. I don't know, somebody on YouTube suggested those thinning shears that hairdressers use, you know, when they're thinning your hair. That's a bad thing, by the way, to let a beautician do, but never mind. And the person said that those work really good to give you that, you know, that edge like a stamp would have. And so I thought, oh, okay. So I got a pair from Amazon, not expensive by any means, you know, I'm not using it for hair, so, but it didn't work. So I don't know if it's the kind I got or what, but it didn't work. Just so anyway. So yeah, I printed out some things. I've got so much. It's just ridiculous why I print things out. I've got so much. Okay. Of each day. That's sweet. I like that. Where is it? Well, there it is. I lost it. So yeah, I printed this out. It's just a bunch of little, you know, 1-2 word sayings or whatever. I mean, you could totally just do this on Word, you know, on your computer. You could use a really cool font and print it out. And then you could like coffee dye it or cut them out and ink them or what have you. I mean, you know, it's totally not hard, is it? You don't need any fancy program or anything. You just need some kind of Word document. Doesn't have to be Microsoft. Mac has one too. It's called Pages. So, oh, maybe I want to. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was a little bit darker than it is. That's okay. We can take care of that, can't we? So. So yeah, I just thought I would come along and do a journal that, you know, someone could actually, you know, put stuff in and keep, decorate pages themselves, have room to paste things down, you know, paste in a picture or something like that. So, my fingernail end broke and that's bothering me. So, there we go. So that's cute, huh? Let's see. This would be another nice one, wouldn't it? I like belly bands. How about you? I like belly bands because they hold various sizes. You know, they don't have to fit in a pocket, right? They don't have to fit in a pocket. You could have various sizes. Like, you know, you could slip a postcard in to a belly band very easily, which it may or may not fit into a pocket. And you can see what it is too, especially if it's bigger. You can see what it is. So, you know, I like that. Okay, so, and like I said, I want to save a lot for, you know, somebody else to decorate and what have you. So, you know, well, that's all right. That's all right, huh? Ow. Doggone it. My fingernail is just making me crazy. Okay. See, what are we gonna do here? That is, let's see. Ooh. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is just some piece of paper I kept from something. I don't know. I think it was inside of a book. The first page in a book or something. Kind of looks like that's what it's from. And I thought, oh, well, that's a nice little color. Maybe that'll come in handy. So, sure enough. Of course, that's half my problem and why I struggle with my space so much. Because I, you know, save a lot of these things. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this down. Oops. This thing I'm using is a wet wipe, and it's still wet. So, yeah, it's not the best, but I don't have any dry ones. I try to put out some and let them dry, and then I use them and don't think about, you know, having any more out, you know, drying. So, okay, so let's see where we want this to be. So I have gotten notification from local agencies where I live that there has been a uptick in COVID cases, and a lot of, you know, planned activities have been canceled because I guess it's, you know, quite significant. So I'm just sharing that. I know in my state a lot of people are vaccinated. So maybe it's time for a booster. If you haven't gotten one for a while, I know that we're gonna be making plans, making appointments to get the booster, because it's been, I don't know, I think it must have been last year, the last time we got anything, boosters. So yeah, I think it's probably time to do that again. We still don't do things that, you know, make us in a close proximity to people, other than, you know, the grocery store. We do go to a restaurant every now and again. It's just a local one that we have here because of my mobility problems. It has to be within, you know, scooter distance, and there's not too many restaurants within scooter distance, so, you know, it's just a little local one that we have here on the, you know, on the estates, the golf course, in the clubhouse. Ugh, I want to say clubhouse. There's a restaurant. It's a good one, you know. It's really good. Prices aren't too bad. So, you know, that's kind of the only one we go to, just because, well, you know, I can't go somewhere that would require, I have a small scooter that is for travel, that folds up and, you know, goes in the back. Well, we both have one, actually. Goes in the back of the car, but unfortunately my sweetie, has been having some back problems and is not able to get the scooters in and out of the car. So, you know, if where we're going doesn't have their own electric carts, like, you know, like a larger grocery store, and it's not scooter distance, I can't, you know, take my scooter with me, sort of thing, well, I just can't go. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that, just, I don't know, just so you're aware, you know, whether you take any kind of action to protect yourself or others or other people in your family, that's, you know, up to you and your loved ones. But, you know, I just wanted to let you know that if we're having problems like that in our area, then one has to assume that it's happening in other areas as well. So there you go. Let's see. Here's something else I was working on. What do you think of that? My sweetie didn't like it. And I don't know. I mean, I drew the flowers first, and then I got the idea of this, putting this stuff on. So it might have turned out better had I put this stuff on first. But yeah, I kind of like it. You know, I was thinking about, well, maybe cutting out this one here and just using this and putting that in this journal somewhere. Maybe, you know, cutting out that, maybe using that somewhere in the journal. So what do you think? Is that a good idea? Let me know. Okay. I wish I knew how long this was. I have this paper, which is not really my jam, but I did like the suitcases. So I thought, okay, well, I'll use that somewhere. And I had these frames. Well, those are bigger ones. So I printed these frames, and then I thought, well, that's kind of small. So then I printed one that I printed this right here, bigger. So those are nice. And then I took this one and printed just it even bigger. So I thought, oh, well, that's cool. So, you know, I thought, and that's going to be too big for a page, isn't it? But maybe I can get it to work. Maybe I can get it to work okay. So I thought, you know, this would be neat. And I was thinking about gluing it down on 3 sides, leaving one side open, and covering the middle there, cutting out the middle, right, and covering it with acetate or something. And then a person could use this as a frame to slide a picture into. And I'm going to do that with all of these. But some of them are probably too small for that. They might be a nice decoration, though, for some ephemera or what have you. But so, yeah. I was hoping I was gauging it to be the right size for a page, but I'd be wrong. So let's see here. Come on, honestly. All right, so I don't suppose we want to tear these sides. These would probably be better if it were cut, huh? So I'm going to use the grid marks on my mat. I'll tell you, these things are invaluable. You know it? These grid marks. It just really helps a lot in just keeping things in order. Where's my straight ruler? So if I take it there, and then ups on this side. Oops, oh my goodness. See, you touch one thing and everything just falls. think I can do this by hand. Cross fingers. If I have a line to follow, I'm usually a little better. Left to my own devices, I cannot cut straight at all. So, alright, so how's that look? So, oh, that's not good, is it? Alright. Well, this is what we're going to do then. We're going to take it down to that frame. Frame within a frame within a frame. So you have your choices here. That's nice, huh? Frame within a frame within a frame. It's kind of hard to tell where they're supposed to end though. No, don't like that. So I'm gonna have to cut off this little bit. I mean, it worked in the overall picture, but now it doesn't work. It looks like, well, it looks like I cut something off, you know what I mean? So there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So now, let's see. Little cutting mat. Now I got this gizmo from, if I can find it, there it is. I got this gizmo from Temu. And it's a tiny little, you probably can't see that, it's a tiny little blade. So I just, well, I'm gonna need something anyway, because I still can't cut straight. So I am going to line that up and see how this works. I haven't really tried it yet. So you probably should practice on something, you know, a scrap. Some kind of scrap thing, I suppose, before you actually, oh God, I'm doing something that matters. Okay. Now I'm going off. Is that cutting through? No! It's not even cutting through. Oh, poop. Okay, I got it cut out. This did not work. So what I did was I took a box cutter and made a X in the middle of that and just went in with my scissors and cut it out. And then I went around the inside and just inked it to take care of any white that might still be showing. So that's what I ended up doing. Nothing fancy, but it would take an awful lot of time in the video that I don't think, you know, I have to be mindful of what people are going to want to watch and what people are going to, you know, turn off. So, okay. What's the best way of doing this, huh? Gluing the paper or gluing the acetate? see where that is. I'm sure you can't either, so I'm sorry about that. Okay. Line this up on the grid on here. Seeing it against this little one is going to be easier than seeing it against my, well, what used to be a white one. It's not so white anymore, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to lay it down there. Pushing away from the middle just so nothing oozes out where you don't want it to ooze out, huh? Okay. Put that away. Yep, that worked. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut. I just wanted to make sure I was covering the opening well. Sorry for the glare. Anyway, what I use is actually overhead projector film, transparency film for overhead projectors. It's great. And like you've heard me say before, if you find something in office products, it's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than the same dang thing in the crafting aisle, as it were. So yeah, this stuff is, and then you get a whole box. I mean, you get a box of like 25 sheets, and it's not very expensive, and it works a treat. I mean, it's great for doing this kind of thing, you know. And it's not flimsy at all. It has, it's, you know, it has some weight to it. It's not overly flimsy. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? So now, what was I gonna do with it? What was I gonna do with it? Well, why are you out? I think you want to be there, don't you? Okay. All right, so where did I want to put you? Here. Okay, I'm going to put you here. So I am going to glue down 3 sides here. Leave this one open for people to slide something in, whether it's a picture or, you know, something else that you want to keep, you want to be able to look at. Could be a photo, could be anything. I'm having problems with my glue seeping out today. I don't know what that's about. Usually I don't have that over. I don't like that, you know. I'm just like, oh, that's money seeping out underneath that paper, you know what I mean? I mean, these glues are not, oops, oh, these glues are not inexpensive, and to have you know, to use too much and have it just, you know, seep out that you wipe up with a cloth or something, in my opinion, is just wasting money. Oh, geez, I really messed that up now. Okay, well, I guess that's going to have to be like that. Maybe I can use a little bit of ink and make that look better. Okay, so anyway, so we have an opening right here. Put things in there, so that'll be nice. Anyway, so that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you think this is a good idea. And join along with me as we create this journal for life, huh? Journal for life. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. Journal for life. So until next time, take care of you. Be safe. And love each other. I'll see you next time. Bye.